The Cleveland Cavaliers are dominating the NBA with an undefeated record and, more importantly, good vibes with the same roster but a new coach. When you've got Draymond Green gushing about your offensive style,
I think these Cleveland Cavaliers are serious.
You know you're onto something, so let's dive deep into the footage to figure out why the Cavs can't be beat.
I think these Cleveland Cavaliers are serious, and I'm going to tell you why I think they're serious. That ball humming so crazy, BD, my head was on goddamn spin, and they was moving that ball so fast. Yep. I was like, whoa, oh, man. I went to hell. Oh, this dude just replaced 3.
While the Cavs don't throw a ton of passes compared to the rest of the league, they make the most out of them, ranking first in assist-to-pass percentage ratio. And it's not hard to identify what they're doing better than a lot of teams: cutting.
Cutting opens up space. Like the old way of thinking was like, oh, doesn't cutting getting away, but it actually creates vacuums and creates driving lanes. So it's a big point of emphasis for us.
And to Coach Atkinson's point, cutting opens up three-point shots, but not just any threes, the coveted catch-and-shoot corner shots, and it's a primary reason why this team leads the league in three-point percentage. Typically, teams will run pick and roll on one side and just have the weak side shooters spot up and wait for the kick out for 3. But watch what a 45 cut from the wing does to the defense. Kuminga must rotate to Wade to stop a potential layup, and this in turn opens up Kuminga's man for the hammer pass and open look. The cut doesn't have to come from the weak side either. Watch LeVert's 45 cut, and the fake pass from Merrill sucks in the help from OG off the corner. Then it's the easiest pass in basketball 18 feet away for the wide open triple. If the defense doesn't help off the strong side corner to the 45 cut, watch how the weak side corner defender must full rotate to the rim. Giannis's man is left all by himself for yet another wide open corner 3. The Cavs are also utilizing another great area to cut from, along the baseline. When Wade cuts to the basket from the corner, he brings his man with him, allowing Ty Jerome to fill in behind him for the wide open corner 3. This is definitely a concept they focus on, as it happens again on this play with LeVert garnering all the attention with the inside ball screen. At the same time, Merrill cuts along the baseline, dragging his man with him. Jerome replaces him, and the drive lures the help to the paint, opening up the easy kick for a wide open 3. Whenever the weak side corner sees a drive, they're trained to cut to the basket, while the weak side wing slides down to the vacant corner. All the ball handler has to do is decide which open shot he wants to get for his team. Another great way to utilize cuts is running inside ball screens with an empty corner. This creates a 2-on-1 between the corner and the roller and the lowest man on defense. He has to choose one or the other, an easy decision for Garland as he gets the dime to Wade. You don't even need to use the inside screen. Ty rejects it to attack baseline. Okoro's man has to rotate over to help with the ball in the roll, and check how Cunningham is so used to players just standing in the corner waiting to shoot a 3 that he mindlessly closes out there despite Okoro already cutting baseline for the pass and the finish. Here's another good example when the strong side corner is empty. Duren is stuck handling 2 players coming at him downhill, and Cunningham must rotate over to offer support. Okoro again cuts to occupy his man, and Duren is left flailing on the nice delivery to Allen. When the Pelicans show at the level of the screen, it forces Ingram to rotate to the midline to be able to stop Allen on the roll. At the same time, they're flare screening to make sure Mitchell is wide open in the weak side corner. Alvarado gets faked out by the no-look from Jerome, which allows Okoro to slip and cut to the basket for the score. And we get synchronized jumping from Zion and Allen as the low man is caught in a 2-on-1, with Allen always cutting when he finds himself in that corner. And here's more evidence that Allen will always cut from the corner because he's certainly not a threat to shoot the 3, so when they put him in the corner to start, it usually means he's going to finish at the rim. Here they put Allen in the deep corner again on the weak side while running high pick and roll to the right. They know if they hit the short roll, it's Allen's man and has to rotate over to stop the ball. All he has to do is time his cut properly for another layup. This time they run the pick and roll towards his side with the shooter in the right corner. Wiggins is supposed to be the guy rotating but is afraid to leave LeVert, forcing Allen's man to rotate, and they get the same result. While Donovan Mitchell gets more headlines, it's clear that Darius Garland is the guy that makes everything go. And Mitchell agrees with this.
This is who he is. You know what I mean? I feel like people just automatically forgot we live in such a recency bias world, and I hate it because this is who Darius Garland is. This is why he was an all-star. This is why he got paid what he got paid. You know, this is who he is. So, you know, for him, it's great to see him continue to be this guy that he's been even before I got here.
One look at his on-off numbers compared to Mitchell's, and you'll see the numbers back this up, and it's not even close. He's been getting in on all the cutting action, and notice Mitchell's man won't help off of him on this backdoor cut, leaving the basket defenseless. And his cuts are opening up the other cuts that get his teammates involved and earning him more dimes. They're also cutting along the baseline a lot, knowing how much focus Garland pulls from the entire defense, and he's been finding them consistently. All eyes are on him as he darts into the paint. I love how he's under control, doesn't force it, and shovels a nice pass to the cutter for another easy layup. The crazy thing for the Cavs is that we know Mitchell will begin to play better, as we saw last night versus the Bulls. So picture a world where the highest offensive rating of all time gets a jolt from their star just getting to normal production, and then they'll add sharpshooter Max Strus for more spacing and higher three-point frequency. Look out! Now let's move to the other side of the ball, where they're ranked 6th in defensive rating and 3 points per 100 better than last year's 7th ranked defense. With Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in the game, it makes it very difficult for players to get shots off near the basket. Just watch how Wiggins stops his drive and turns his back with the prospect of Allen rotating over. And then watch how he can recover from the shot fake to contest this fadeaway into a miss. It's rare you won't see Anthony Davis be aggressive on his rolls, but he thinks twice about a shot here in front of Allen, and then you have a terrific closeout by Mobley that harasses LeBron into a bad miss. With both Mobley and Allen back there on this roll to Vucevic, he won't even consider the shot, instead throwing it away to Darius Garland. While Allen can jump out to the shooter, the Cavs don't miss anything by having Mobley zoning up behind him. He can then close out to Lopez with his long arms, convince him not to shoot an open shot, and watch how mobile Allen is in stepping in to steal the post-entry pass thrown from a terrible angle. The communication level is extremely high. Watch how they scram Garland out of there when he gets caught in a mismatch, and even though Allen gets beat easily by the backdoor cut from Curry, there's Mobley to pressure the pass into a turnover. And I'd shudder to think what Jackson Davis would have done with it anyway, with Allen closing fast. The numbers show that the Cavs are even better in the half court when just Mobley's on the floor. With his supreme length, he can dissuade shooters from actually shooting while giving them a nice cushion. There's another scram switch by Niang, and the energy we're seeing from Garland on defense is fantastic. There is no way Schroeder is going to shoot when he gets near the rim with Mobley switching onto him, and Mobley can then lurk in the paint to support his teammates. Caris LeVert's defensive energy has also been good as he rotates to take away the cutter before closing out to contest this three-pointer. Watch how Mobley just continually switches to basically zone up and stay as close to the midline as possible. There is nowhere for Ayo to go on this drive with Mobley waiting for him. Giddey also won't shoot this little runner with Mobley getting a hand up, and they're left with a drive into the paint and a great deflection from Mitchell. They're playing the second most zone behind only Miami, and it's a basic 2-3, and they almost never play it with both Allen and Mobley in at the same time. The guards can be aggressive on the perimeter, knowing if they get beat, they've got Mobley back there to contest the shots in the lane, and you have to put the ball 14 feet in the air to get it over his contest on this one. The guard and forward work in tandem when the ball is passed from the top to the wing, as Mitchell bumps LeVert down to the corner on the pass before the offense can attack. The extra advantage is that your center can now close out 25 feet to the shooter, something most big men don't do nearly as well as Mobley can. Here the forward bumps to the corner as soon as the guard can get to the wing, and with Mobley moving over to the line of deployment, I don't blame the offense for feeling like there's nowhere to penetrate. Without a proper zone offense, Garland can be aggressive on the pick and roll, knowing it doesn't matter if he gets caught behind the play because Mobley is guaranteed to be there contesting shots with weak side rebounding also there. It doesn't change too much when just Allen is in either. The entire weak side of the zone gets over-aggressive after the ball, but they can afford to do that since Allen can move so well and block shots like this. One reason they don't want them playing the zone together is the corners can be vulnerable when the ball moves too quickly. When it's Allen needing to get there, he has to fight his instincts to stay in the paint and ends up giving up an open three that, luckily for them, misses. The Cavs are 5th in the league in steals per 100 possessions, and you cannot say Mitchell and Garland are a defensive liability anymore. They're well organized and are playing for each other to get stops. And while they're not completely elite, they're good enough if they can continue to post the highest offensive rating of all time. I'm not sure I can say this team is ready for the finals, but every other team that started the season 14-0 made it that far. And they've got the right mixture of chemistry, offensive firepower, defensive prowess, along with a creative coach with championship experience to make it happen.